I heard Quinyon Mitchell has been holding his own against A.J. Brown during training camp. That is beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to hear. Because Quinyon Mitchell is the best cornerback on this Eagles squad. He had a sensational rookie season. And if he is giving A.J. Brown some fits, if he's giving Jalen Hurts some fits, I heard that Quinyon Mitchell had a one-hand eye-dropping interception on Jalen Hurts against A.J. Brown one-on-one. If you get a W on A.J. Brown in man-to-man coverage, you can guard anybody in the league. You can literally guard anybody because A.J. Brown is the best receiver in the league in man-to-man coverage. So Quinyon Mitchell holding his own, doing what he does against A.J. Brown day in, day out. I ain't gonna lie. This was the first time in my life I was so happy to see Jalen Hurts get intercepted because Quinyon Mitchell getting that one-hand snag on Jalen Hurts and showing A.J. Brown, hey, bruh, I know you're elite. I know you're the best wide receiver in this game, but I'm here. And I had myself a sensational rookie season, but I want to improve off that year. Look, I think people kind of underlook, kind of underrate Quinyon Mitchell because he's not as flashy. He's not going to really talk off the field like most cornerbacks do. He's not a exciting white, have a cool nick. Well, I take that back. He does have a pretty damn cool nickname in Guantanamo Bay. But you know, the Cooper DeJean kind of aura, when you are one of the few white cornerbacks, it's going to give you some juice. It's going to give you some juice. So Quinyon does not have the type of popularity that Cooper DeJean has, who we're going to talk about very, very shortly. But man, oh man, Quinyon is one of the quietest dogs I've seen because off the field, he's quiet. He be chilling, kind of like Bud Crawford. And then he gets into the game, gets into the ring, whatever you want to call it. And it's another beast, bruh. It's another beast. So shout out Quinyon. He's going to have to travel with these wide receivers. I'm looking at Quinyon Mitchell. Yes, Vic Fangio. Thank you for having him travel. I want Quinyon to travel with CeeDee Lamb first class all day. All day. Look, Quinyon Mitchell should be traveling with CeeDee Lamb all freaking game. He should. He should be traveling all freaking game against Terry McLaurin. We play those teams twice a year. We need Quinyon on those guys 24/7. And Vic Fangio is preparing his young guy, his young pup, his young bull for those moments. And look, going against A.J. Brown is the best type of competition, best type of practice that you can have. Let's talk about Cooper DeJean. Well, let me talk about Keely Ringo real quick. Talk about Keely, then I'll go to Cooper DeJean. I'd be lying if I say I'm not a little bit concerned about Keely Ringo up to this point. Now it's very, very early in the season. We're talking about day 4 of training camp. But if you're telling me Adoree Jackson is getting more first-team reps, yes, I'm going to be concerned. Because Adoree Jackson, I believe, is a great backup. He's a vet. He knows the ropes, but he's a good backup. If Keely Ringo is not ready for the moment, which I hope that he is, I've been rooting for him, but if he's not, it's going to be a big drop-off compared to what we had with Darius Slay last year. That's the facts. That's why I was pissed off when the Ravens got Jair Alexander, because I was like, I know what Jair's going to do. Now, I have hope. I have belief in Keely Ringo, but I don't know. But I know a healthy Jair, oh, yeah, that's a Pro Bowl guy at the minimum. At the minimum. So if Keely is losing some of his reps against Adoree Jackson and he's getting beat deep consistently in training camp, that's not good. That's not good. What also is not good is Andrew Makuba getting injured. Now, they said that it's not serious, but if you're a rookie, you need the most amount of reps, the most practice out of anybody during training camp, before preseason and the regular season. Because, hey, bruh, you're going to need all the practice you can get. You new to the league. Sidney Brown, by all reports, is not standing out. Like, it's not like, did you see him? It's not that. So I'm concerned. I'm concerned about our cornerback too. I'm concerned about free safety when we're in nickel or in dime. So that's really what it is. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it and act like I don't think it's a concern. Now, are the Eagles' concerns the same as the Cowboys' concerns with their terrible offensive line? No. But when you are going to go up against some of these great quarterbacks that the Eagles have lined up, and great or very good, you got the Bakers, the Jared Goffs, you got Jordan Love, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Like, you got some guys, Dak Prescott, who always fares well against the Eagles. Y'all cornerback too got to be nice. It got to be nice. So now I'm looking at, all right, what are other trades? What are other things that we can do to help this secondary? I have belief in Christian Parker, who's the D-backs coach. I got faith in Vic Fangio. But Adoree Jackson getting first-team reps and potentially being named the starter is not what Eagles fans want. I'm saying this respectfully. They want Kelee Ringo, who is younger, who has all the athletic tools to succeed. We want him to be cornerback too. But if he is still, a reserve guy, special teams guy, that's not good, bruh. That's not good. On a positive note, Cooper DeJean has been balling. And I want to say this. Cooper DeJean's rookie tape is insane. This man dumped King Henry at his crib. He got a pick six on Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl on his birthday. He locked up Jamar Chase. He also played punt returner for the Eagles. People forget Cooper DeJean was on some Travis Hunter-ish, bro. He was on some Travis Hunter-ish. He's a freak athlete, and he could very well continue that momentum of playing special teams for the Birds. I mean, Cooper DeJean locked up his twin, Cooper Kupp, multiple times. In the divisional round, he damn near could have got a pick on him. And what did A.J. Brown say? All-Pro Coop. All-Pro Coop. That's his job, to make Cooper DeJean an All-Pro. I love it. And I could expect that to happen in Cooper DeJean's future, dog. He has superstar written all over him. And as I think about Cooper DeJean, I think about Carson Wentz. I do. I think about Carson Wentz. I mean, Carson Wentz is one of, if not the most underrated player in the history of the NFL, because he's directly responsible for 2 championships. First of all, the Eagles' first Super Bowl, he led the team before Nick Foles to a 11-2 record. He had 33 passing touchdowns in 13 games. He goes down, he gets injured, and then Nick Foles finishes the job. But do you think that if Nick Foles was the starter that season from the start, that the Eagles would have won the Super Bowl, would have been the number 1 seed, would have gotten a bye? I don't think so, bro. Now for the Eagles' second Super Bowl, peep this. The Eagles traded Carson Wentz for this was right after essentially Jalen Hurts won the starting job in 2021. The Eagles traded Carson Wentz to the Colts for a 3rd round pick and a conditional 2nd round pick, which became a 1st round pick. They used that 3rd round pick to get who else? Devontae Smith. They traded up to jump the Giants, who were dead set on getting Devontae Smith. The next year, they then trade with the Saints, get future draft capital, and use that draft capital to get A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown essentially takes Jalen Hurts to a whole nother level. Yes, we all know this. A.J. Brown took Jalen Hurts to a whole nother level. What happened the following year? They use the assets in the Saints trade to go out here and trade up with the Bears to get Jalen Carter. I'm not done yet. They still use the assets from that Saints trade because the Saints are so bad to get Cooper DeJean. And the Eagles traded with the Commanders to get Cooper DeJean. They get a 3rd round pick back. And what do they use that 3rd round pick on? Jalen Hurts. So Carson Wentz is responsible for the Eagles getting Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Jalen Carter, Cooper DeJean, and Jalen Hurts. 5 guys. 5 guys that contributed to the Eagles winning the Super Bowl for their 2nd chip in franchise history. I ain't gonna lie. Cooper DeJean. I said Cooper DeJean. I ain't gonna lie. Carson Wentz is good with me. He is good with me. Shout out him, man. I could never hate Carson Wentz. And I still got some dislike. Let's put that kindly for Ben Simmons. But Eagles fans or like Philly fans associating Ben Simmons with Carson Wentz, let's not do that, bro. Let's give Carson Wentz his love, even if it kind of went sour at the end. At the end of the day, he still helped the Eagles get that 2nd chip. Now, of course, we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts. QB1. He got a Sprite commercial. And let me just share this video that Merrill Reese had when he was talking about Jalen Hurts.
Everything. I saw the leadership. Doug Peterson was the coach when he came in, and Doug said to me after the first couple of practices, he said, there's not a spot on the field that he can't hit. He can throw every pass there is to throw. Everything. Great athletic ability, fast, great agility. And not only that, he's got such a sense of calm and poise and confidence that just spreads to everybody on the team. And I think he's one of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. And he's also one of the most dedicated. There's nobody who studies, prepares, works hard. He's got all the physical gifts. He's got all the intangibles. That's what I saw. And if he had an off game here and there, it didn't change my position. A lot of people go up, down, up, down. Right. I have never felt that way. I think he's great, and I think he'll be greater.
Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is
Merrill Reese, Philly legend. Philly legend. Not only an Eagles legend, a Philly legend. His call when the Eagles won the Super Bowl the first time was iconic. A guy like him, who has been around the league, been covering the Eagles longer than I've been born, I think he knows a thing or two about knowing when you know who the guy is. I will say it again. Merrill Reese knows a thing or two about seeing a dog when it's right there, about seeing a killer when it's right there. And here is something that's going to get them Jalen Hurts haters pretty mad. QBs to win Super Bowl MVP and earn an All-Pro since 1995, over 30 years ago. Steve Young, John Elway, Kurt Warner, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and who else? Jalen Hurts. So, given this, it shows you that Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, whoever you want to say, you can rank Jalen Hurts the 29th best quarterback in the league. I don't care what you do. But regardless, your guy, the guys that y'all love so much that put up stats and lose, are trying to accomplish what Jalen Hurts has. Does Josh Allen have an All-Pro? Yes. Does Lamar Jackson have an All-Pro? Yes. Do they have a Super Bowl MVP? No. I mean, Joe Burrow got to get an All-Pro and a Super Bowl MVP. Hell, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson got to get to the bowl. So for a lot of y'all that are mad at the Eagles and Jalen Hurts supporters for talking they ish, you should be mad at Lamar Jackson 2023 didn't get the job done. You should be mad at Lamar Jackson folding in the first half against Josh Allen. You should be mad at Josh Allen that could have scored a touchdown to go ahead or a field goal to tie the game up in the AFC Championship, and Steve Spagnuolo flat out fooled him on the biggest stage. Be mad at him. Y'all are mad at the wrong crowd. Y'all mad at us for getting the job done. And I thought everybody hated the Chiefs. I thought everybody wanted them to lose. And now the Eagles won. Now it's, Philly fans too cocky. Hurts fans get ahead of themselves. We couldn't get, quote unquote, ahead of ourselves if the guys that y'all love, the guys that you prop up, hey, maybe if Justin Herbert got out the wild card round and didn't play the worst game of his career, maybe he could have stopped Mahomes. All these guys should get way more criticism and get way more heat for being the reason why Philly can talk trash and Philly can go crazy and Philly got Jalen Hurts top 2, top 3, top 5. Don't be mad at us. Be mad at your favorite quarterback. Like, what the heck? That's what it is, bro. Last thing, I want to talk about Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua got my respect. Puka Nacua got my respect. And when I saw that shoulder catch in that divisional round, when I say my heart sunk in my body and I was dead ass about to cry, bro, because I was getting flashbacks to the Seahawks game in 2023, to the Cardinals game, to the Commanders game. Like I was getting flashbacks to some of my worst moments as an Eagles fan. And Puka Nacua brought all those memories back up when he made that crazy, crazy shoulder catch against Darius Slay in the freaking snow. And so I'm here to tell y'all, Puka Nacua is a top 5 wide receiver in the game. He's a top 5 wide receiver in the game. I mean, what can't he do offensively, bro? He's 6'2", 212 pounds. He has insane body control. I can't remember. There are so many catches that Puka has. I mean, his body control, getting him 2 feet in, is elite. His hands are elite. His yak is elite. Peep this. Out of his 990 yards in just 11 games last year, 52% of them, 518 yards, came after contact. So he invites contact. He loves contact. He loves it. And so here's a guy that man-to-man coverage, you can't stop him. He can be in motion. He can be in the middle of the field, on the outside. He's a deep threat. He's good in the intermediate and short passing game. He can catch out the backfield. What can't Puka do, bro? He deserves my respect. He deserves everybody's respect. F that. He deserves everybody's respect. But I got Puka over CD. I got Puka over Tyreek. I got Puka over Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, this guy is one of the most unguardable players in the league. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. It is Real Talk with Emergence, where I know I'll always keep it real. I'm out, y'all.